What is up, guys? Welcome to Loveshack Entertainment. We are here at YCS Providence today, still doing some deck profile videos here with our friend Adam, and he's going to be bringing you, what are you bringing us today?
Essentially, it is pure Burning Abyss with the Speedroid engine. So
there is not a single Burning Abyss card in this deck, however.
I'm sorry, my apologies.
All right.
I forgot what deck I was playing.
All right.
I'm playing pure Phantom Knights with the Speedroid engine, so I guess you could call it, I don't know, on speed.
All right. Awesome.
All right, so to start things off, 3 Terror Top.
Standard, right?
And 2 Takenborg, or whatever the fuck you pronounce that.
Any reason you elected to go 3 and 2 rather than 3 and 1, which a lot of people seem to do?
I really like the 3 and 2 engine because I'll draw this faster than I will into the Taken, whatever the fuck this thing's called. Takenborg. And it's very good with Levier. I run 2.
Right.
So even if I don't draw into this and I dead draw this, at least if I go into Levier play, I have another special summon.
Not bad. That's Speedroid.
And then the staples. 3 of the Searcher. 3 more Searches. These ones grab the traps. And 3 gloves. Pretty standard. Some people like to run 2 of these, but I prefer 3 just because of the name. And the pump is really good against cards that, like Dark Destroyer, they wouldn't normally be able to get over. Plus, it allows me to go into cards like Thanatos, which is a very powerful card against Cosmo.
Okay, I got you. So 3/3/3 doesn't clog at all. You never like draw into like 2 boots. I mean, 2 gloves can't do anything.
Sometimes it happens, but there's a lot of milling potential in this deck. So even if it does happen, there are ways around it.
All right.
Plus, you run cards like Twin Twister to get those cards out of your hands.
So you got an interesting one right here.
Yep.
All right.
I run 1 Card Trooper. I elected this over Mathematician just because if I open this and Terror Top, Card Trooper takes 3 cards out of my deck. Terror Top takes another 1, so that's 4 cards out of my deck. And I'm going to go into Dante, which is going to mill another 3. So more often than not, I'm going to hit one of the name cards that I'd really want to hit.
Pretty good turn 2.
I've always liked Card Trooper, so.
I really, really liked him. The games actually did draw him today, or yesterday. He put in a lot of work. It was a big 1900 body, and even unlike Mathematician, when this is destroyed, more often than not, I'm drawing the card.
All right. Awesome. And that it for
and
monsters?
then
Or
my other monster is the blue layer.
1 blue layer. Interesting.
I elected not to run Ghost Ogre because more often than not, anytime I did try it, it was a dead draw. But I mean, this is kind of as is, you know, you have to run the 1. Spells and Traps, 3 Twin Twister. Standard, not really much to say. 2 E-Tellies.
All right.
This is for the Blue Lay players, Blue Lay plays. Again, just to get into your rank 3s as fast as you can to really start the game start off for you. Now my 1-ofs, Foolish, Rhoda, and Mass Change 2.
Oh, I only 1 Mass Change 2 because I was toying around with this deck and I was playing it in multiples. I feel like you mill it, you don't see it ever. Just kind of like one of those 1-ofs. It's there because it helps.
It's a good 1-of. I wouldn't want to play more than 1 just because if you draw it early on, it's a dead draw. You don't really want to, burn too many cards out of your hand that early on in the game. But I mean, if you get it against Cosmo or you get it against Monarch turn 1, it pretty much shuts him out of the rest of the game as long as you can protect it.
Yeah. All right.
And the rest of these are self-explanatory.
Obviously, so that's it for spells?
That's it for spells.
All right.
And I also run the same number of traps as I do monster. I believe it was 16 and 16.
Yeah.
I really don't want my opponent to play the game as much as possible.
It's the theme of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right
3
now.
strikes.
Yep.
And 1 morning.
All right.
I mean, that says it all. The only way I can make this better is if I had Solemn Judgment.
True.
But, you know,
or more warnings.
TCG and OCG don't seem to sync up too often. Now more staples, I guess you would call them. 3 Fog Blades. I really love Fog Blade. Unfortunately, against the Cosmo matchup, they don't do very much. At best, it slows my opponent down and prevents my Dante, or it keeps my Dante on the field as long as I can, so I can try to get the 2 mills versus
you can at least
1.
force a banish or something too if they're, whatever.
But more often than not, if I'm going into game 2 with Cosmo, I take out 2 of these. just to keep the one name in, and again, in the off chance I need to keep my monster on the field, it'll help that.
I like this card.
3 swords. I really love sword. It's a card activates during damage step. More often than not, most builds only run 2, but I really like the 3 in the pure build because it gives you more names in the graveyard to special summon all your Phantom Knights, not Burning Abyss monsters.
So it's an 800 boost, and it protects them from being destroyed by the first time they destroyed. So it's definitely not bad.
And there's a really nutty combo with Break Sword.
Yeah.
When you go into Break Sword, you pop your opponent's monster, or spell and trap, whatever you want to do, and then your monsters then become 4, so you go into Key Beetle. So you target the sword with Key Beetle. So now, if any of these would be destroyed, you essentially have a lock on the board, a soft lock on the board. Unless you're playing Monarch, and they can just Stormforth over it because they're going to do that at least 6 times in a match.
All right, 3 sword, and I'm guessing wing.
Yep, I play 3 wings as well.
Always fucking.
Same. I mean, I feel it's a staple, especially in the pure build. I really like the card. It's a permanent plus 500. And the more monsters I can special summon out of the grave, the faster I can do it, the better.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense. It seems like you could clog with traps a bit, but
I mean, there weren't too many games where I clogged. It was more so games I would draw the one-ofs that really wouldn't start the ball rolling for me. Another one-of was Vanity's Emptiness. It's just a good staple card, and it really works well with Key Beetle again. Key Beetle will protect it, and if I have the sword, it's just more protection to keep this stuff on board.
Makes sense.
And now, my main deck, Floodgate.
Interesting choice.
I really like this because the majority of the deck is Warrior, with the exception of Terratop and Takum, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we got there eventually.
Yeah, we've been over that.
Still playing PA here.
But even if I draw into the Terratop turn 1 and I have these, I have the Blue Layer Dolphin, whatever the hell it's called. Plus against
a dolphin either. It's more like a Power Ranger, but all right.
Plus, this is really good against the Monarch matchup, the Burning Abyss matchup, and the Pendulum matchup, because more often than not, they're dropping creatures all kinds of different variety, and this will just clear their board. Then it'll send all the pendulums to the graveyard where they don't want them to be.
All right.
So I just thought it was a solid card. Most of the things I run are Warriors. So
the extra deck, is it pretty much your standard, Break Sword, Dante's, F-Zero?
Any
wacky choices in there?
I guess the wackiest choice I have in there.
Clovier.
Key Beetle.
No, I think
Break Sword.
Just the one sword?
Dolphin. No, I'm getting there. I didn't tend to sort this out. So, here's pretty much staples. Some people opt not to play this, but I really like the 3000 body, and they tend not to expect it.
It's not bad.
The one Dark Law.
Nice card. I like it.
Key Beetle, as I've shown before.
Dark Rebellion makes sense.
Thanatos. I really like it. It's a good staple. In the off chance you go against some random Raid Raptor fucking garbage, this with boots gets over the Ultimate Falcon, or whatever it is.
Reasonable.
And I guess this is my only odd choice.
No, it stops the Pepe matchup, so it's not
it's really good against the Pepe matchup. And this doesn't target, so in the event that your opponent summons a Dark Shore, you could set it. But I
like it.
It was mostly against the Pendulum matchup.
It's pretty cool. And just quickly, side.
Side is pretty much standard.
Yeah.
But because we were at YCS Providence, I felt like I had to play these. I never sided into them.
You never used them.
No, yeah, it's whatever. Again, standard.
3 Master
Monarch.
Exactly what
I never went against a Burning Abyss or a Phantom Knight matchup, so this didn't do anything.
Card bodies you too, though, right? Did you ever get anyone played against you?
Luckily, no.
All right.
But more often than not, they go for the Dante hit, which doesn't slow me down too much. That was also part of the reason why I ran the one Card Trooper, because in the off chance they did have this opening hand, I had that Card Trooper for the additional mill.
Makes sense.
3 Max C's, standard.
Beautiful.
I didn't really use them too often. And standard Cosmo.
Yeah.
And the only tech choice I guess I had were these. I really only drew into them one game. but unfortunately, that one game my opponent had the out to it. They were able to go into their own break sword and pop it, so it didn't matter.
All right. Well, I like it. Thank you, guys. This is Adam's Pure PA deck profile here, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, comments, and shout-outs, Ben, you want to say hi?
No, I don't like you still.
Because this got
All right. Well, we are live from YCS Providence, wrapping it up here, guys. We'll see you next time. Please feel free to cut like.
Yeah, but I just...
Luck like a chicken. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time right here at Loveshack Entertainment. Bye-bye.